Woohoo! Welcome to Hex Token Channel Live. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself. Welcome. We got a lot to talk about today, and we're going to go. Let's go. That's all we're going to do. It's going to be lots of going, and we're going to have lots of lot of stuff. So sit back, grab yourself a drink. Got myself a little cola there. Sit back and relax. Get into it. I'm just going to test the sound, make sure the sound's up and running, and get into that. Let me have a look on that. Typically I can hear it, but not hearing it at the moment. So let me just check that out. Looking good. That seems to be okay. So very, very good. I got to set that up a little better, but there we are. That's looking good. No poll today, but we're going to get into a lot of stuff. Let's go. And let's check out some of the comments here. We got West is the best is in the house, sub G. Hey, good to see you, West. And cool. Brazil is in the house. Smash that like button. You know you're going to like the show. Hey, we're up to, I think we're up to, let me have a look. I've got the analytics up on this computer. We're up to 2,765 subscribers. Next target is 2,800, on the way to 3,000, a big 3-0 number. So definitely subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Do appreciate it. And smash that like button. Hit the bell, of course, and share if you can. It's very important. Very, very cool. All right, so we got that. We got Taffrin's in the house with the money bags. I love it, Taffrin. Your attitude is second to none. And Taffrin said, this show is a guaranteed like, baby. Yeah, boy. As we like to have a little bit of street cred there. Matt and Barley says, good morning, New Zealand. Good evening, really. Ready for the best and latest news coming direct from you. Hey, nice one, Matt. A big shout out to there. And Refine's in the house. Big show. Very, very cool. Taffrin says, cheers. You're most welcome. And Alex Fame says, woohoo. Sub Hex Token counting down the days. Are you ready to rumble? Says Matt. Are you ready to rumble? Very, very cool. Now, I think Matty Allen's show, the Quant Gang's still on. They are up to 2 hours now. So, I've got to start at sometime, right? So I like to leave it to after that. But there we are. We're starting off with Matty Allen's stuff anyway with the Hexpo conference. And that's pretty cool. We already had the first one, remember, the Hexpo back in January. Very cool. Is it still January? I think it's still January. It's back in early January. Let's put it that way. And here we are, Hexpo. We're looking at that coming up in March. So that's coming up. So we've got to check that out. Very, very cool. I love those pinks, those purples and pinks. We're going to scroll down here to the first conference. Now, if you're in near LA Las Vegas, I should say, or anywhere near there, if you can fly there, this is going to be on. Very, very cool. March the 6th to the 9th. Expo.Vegas will be held in the conference space at Excalibur, which is pretty cool. And, of course, they got 600 tickets or something like that. So definitely very cool. If you are able to make that in the United States or able to travel there, definitely something you could look at. You can read all the details. I'll make sure I put these links in the video description afterwards. Unfortunately, I forgot to put these ones in. But here they are. Basically, at Hex, if you type in hexconference.com, you'll get to this page. So hexconference.com, and you'll find yourself there. It looks pretty cool at the venue. You can apply, of course, how to apply to speak. You can speak there, or you can just get a ticket. Only 600 in-person tickets will exist for Expo.Vegas. That's a massive. I can't remember what last year was. It 150 or something? Can't remember, but this is way bigger, and I expect it to keep getting bigger and bigger until probably get to the point where we fill a whole stadium, right? And that would be absolutely mad crazy, filling a stadium with Hexkin, Pulseskins, and PulseX skins. That'd be pretty badass. So there we are. You can get that from hexticket.com. So that's where you can get them. And, of course, very, very cool. So lots of stuff happening there. You've got a nice little layout here of some of the hours and the days that will be on from the 6th to the 9th of March. And that could magically coincide with the launch of Pulsechain. It might do at the earliest, at least, but it may not as well. But the timing could be pretty interesting for sure. And yeah, very, very cool. So lots of stuff there, and you can hit the hexticket.com. Here it is here, and you can see this is on everbright.com. But if you click that in, and of course it's got the tickets here. This is the upcoming ones, of course. Register $369, $369, and $555. So different tickets there for sure. So pretty cool. I thought I'd just let you know about that as we get into PulseX. So let's get into the results and rock and roll. Matt and Barley said Richard Hart was on the Banter show last night, my time, probably about 5 a.m. NX time, and ran Sacrificed. Of course he did, and he's going to get Richard on again soon to flex the X on the Pump Pulse. Hey, it's happening, isn't it? It's happening. the big influencers, whether they're public or not, are getting in. They missed on Hex, and now they criticized Hex, and now they are getting in on Pulsechain, PulseX. It's happening, right? The barriers are falling. They're coming down one by one. Very, very cool. We're going to talk about another big thing that's happening too later in the live show. So hold on to that towards the end. It's our last topic of the live show. We're going to talk about that. It's now says up. What's up? Hexkin says it's now. Very cool. And New Zealand time. New Zealand time is 5:06 p.m. Yep. And Maria says, let's rumble. Thanks for your videos. Hey, Maria, great to see you in the chat as always. Cool. Let's get on to it, folks. Let's refresh this and see what the value is. $949,430,000 US dollars on the Ethereum chain only. That's pretty amazing. And of course, the sacrifice rate will increase by 5% in 19 hours and 53 minutes. The current rate for today is 10,000 points per $2.29. 10,000 points per $2.29. We can see that on the chart there with as we move through the times on the bottom, dollars on the left hand side or the vertical axis, and as we move up, the price for 10,000 points will continue to increase. So the value of $1 will decrease, so to speak. So there we are. We're still relatively early, but we are starting to creep up into this higher price zone, $3-4 as we go. So still relatively, you're looking to top up. Maybe it's a decent, pretty good price. If you're looking to get in, it's probably better than possibly waiting for the launch for quite a bit, I would say. What might get you a price, maybe 00025 or something like that on a token. I haven't actually done the math, but it's probably something like that. So pretty cool. And of course, if you're expecting PulseX to go huge as we are, then it's going to be pretty nice. We're going to talk about a couple of new factors too in the Pumpermentals today. So I hope you guys hold on to that because it's going to be pretty cool. Now, after the Pulsechain mainnet releases, Sacrifice will be able to access their free PulseX. Woohoo! That's how it's going to be on the blockchain, folks. All you have to do is get your address and look at it on the blockchain on Pulsechain when it launches, and you'll see your PLS if you sacrifice for that, and also your PLSX if you sacrifice for that. Obviously, there'll also be the airdrops from the biggest airdrop in history, as you get everything that you've got on on Ethereum blockchain gets copied over on the Pulsechain. And that includes, folks, just for clarity, that includes your liquid Hex and your staked Hex on Ethereum. So if you checked out my how-to videos, Let's Play video, which I covered all the public access to all the minimum viable products that are currently on Pulsechain. That includes Uniswap version 2, the Pulsechain bridge, go.hex, and of course the faucets, and I think I'm missing one there, but that includes all those, and you can basically access all those. So cool. On there, I use a dummy wallet, so you won't, it doesn't show up any existing stakes from the Hex there, but if you had stakes originally, it would show that up if you're using a stake account that had stakes on the ETH chain. If you had that a couple of months ago on the blockchain, because that's how old the block is being used for Pulsechain testnet too. So it's very important just to head that one up. Let's jump over to pulsex.info. Now this is actually the official DApp. These links are in the video description for the PulseX one. And of course, this is the address here, OX07, and ends in DDC8. You can sacrifice Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, Matic, etc. All you have to do is just use the send function, just like you're sending some crypto to a friend. You can send crypto to this address, and it will register with the hash on the blockchain there that it was sent from your address to this address, the sacrifice address. This is where most people are sacrificing from. But if you want to do tokens, just choose some of the popular ones, maybe a stable coin, maybe X, just something that's pretty popular. It's probably the best way to go. Then you'll have no problems getting registered. If you're sending anything else, UXTO, sort of stuff that requires memos and things, then some of these, you just follow the instructions here, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, etc. And you can even tag your wallet there and connect your wallet up and follow steps 1 to 3. That's pretty much it. If you're a bit nervous, send a little bit, make sure it all went through fine. And then if you're happy with that, you can send your targeted amount. Very, very cool. Now, remember, it is based on the base points, which is currently $2.18 for 10,000 points times your volume multiplier. So how your US dollar value that you sacrifice compares to everybody else over 120,000 other wallets. So that's how it compares. Pretty cool based on the volume there. All right, that is pretty much it. Let's get over to PulseX leads. We're getting straight into it today, rocking and rolling all day long. Absolutely. So 994.6 million, and this includes not only the Ethereum chain, but Binance Smart Chain and the Polygon Matic chain. Those are the 3 out of the 4 biggest sacrifices. Probably Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin is the on Bitcoin chains the other big one. So cool. We already know that we're over $1 billion and 20 million. We're over $1 billion and 20 million. So we're probably up to about $1 billion and 22 million at the stage, somewhere in that ballpark in total. So including other smaller chains and tokens and stuff like that is in addition to this amount. All right, so very cool. We're almost at 17 trillion on here based on this number. 16 trillion 994 billion tokens sacrificed based on this estimate here. Very cool. That's not official, of course, but that is a pretty darn good close estimate will be the case. So cool. We've got the top 100 wallets. We're going to check those out first. So we're going to have a look at the wallets. Top 100, we've got no change really in the top 10, over 10 million. We've still got 7 accounts there. We've got our Overwatch at the top, the Hex God Whale second, and we had a good close look at the Overwatch slash Rackham on that yesterday. So we had a good video on there where he gave a price commentary about Hex, which was pretty cool, and talking about a 6x on both chains seemed a reasonable approach given what they had hit at 56 cents on Ethereum. So I thought that was pretty insightful. You don't typically get whales giving any commentaries on things. You don't even know who they are most of the time. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I really enjoy stuff like that. So nice. Let's have a look at the Magic Carpet Ride pool or syndicate. They're operating on here, of course, and they are still there. DE807 sitting at number 21 still. 4,189,000 and 3.9 million on the effective sacrifice. So cool. We'll have a look at their transactions, see if they've done anything more lately. The last ones were the 25th, so they seem to be still going. They're getting down pretty low now, though. $93 to 840 and 284. So they are getting lower now, and that's funny, really, because they're still getting a pretty good rate per dollar because they have a multiplier of about 2.14. We can see that here, 2.14. That is means that they're still, for every dollar, they're still getting maybe 9,000 or 9,500 or something like that. So pretty interesting. Now that the rate is $2.28, it's probably around about maybe 9,000, somewhere around the mark. So cool. That's what's going on there. And let's have a look at the top 100. 1,189,000, and it looks pretty similar to yesterday, to be honest. Total wallets at 119,982. We're only 18 wallets away from 120,000. That's on those 3 chains, ETH, Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon. So amazing stuff, folks. Remember that Pulsechain was 41,300 just on the ETH chain. So it gives you some sort of comparison there. Very cool. Let's have a look at the top 500 wallets. And after this, I'm going to get into a bit of the comments, and then we're going to jump over to the closing stats for day number 28. We'll check that out too. We're currently in day 29. Just to give you some context there. Top 500, $201,848. That's getting the top 500. And we're going to look at the top 1,000. These aren't really changing too much now. I guess it's probably to be expected. And of course, Hex has moved down quite a bit too. And if Hex is the main token being sacrificed as percentage, I think it was 56% yesterday, then that's probably indicative too. Number 1,000 is 103,529. That's the one there on the sacrifice, and the effective is $100,809. And finally, our last category we like to look at is the top 5,000. Let's see what this is. Remember, the top 1,000 is going to control the vast majority of supply, maybe 73, 75%, somewhere in that ballpark. I have to get the official number, but somewhere in there. Top 5,000, 20,000 still, nothing changed there. And that's how we roll. So pretty cool. That's tremendous. Very good results. Let's jump over to by token now. We've got Hex at 552,437,770. And of course, that's 2,157,000,000 sacrificed Hex. And I love saying this again and again. That's off on the ETH chain and off the market on the Pulse chain. Beautiful stuff. And that's some serious stuff. Maybe something like 7.5% of circulating supply has been smashed there. And that doesn't include, of course, Pulse chain sacrifice. That was awesome too. So anyway, Ethereum at 230 mil, USDC at 106 mil, USDT 46 mil, BUSD 16.6 mil. Pretty cool. And then we're followed by the remaining BNB at 14, DAI at 5.9, Matic at 4.8, Wrap Bitcoin at 3.4, and Shiba at 3.2. Now, some of the casualties, of course, Wise sitting at number 12. That stuff would have been sold down on the market there, but that's close to 2 million. So there are a few casualties in the old sell downs when they do sell down on these tokens, depending on the liquidity. Of course, they got locked liquidity on there and so forth. So pretty cool. Cake, of course, Pancake, woohoo! We've all got pretty decent 66,000 Pancake on there. That's pretty nice. Looking good. And we don't have actually, I don't think we have Sushi on this list, but oh, there's Sushi over here. We've got 26,846 on Sushi. So that's also PulseX competitors kind of thing. So there we are. Very cool. They're getting harvested, that kind of thing, but it's pretty nice. All right. So that's pretty much there. What else is pretty interesting on this list? Quick, of course, is down there. 154 Quick. And I think that was probably the interesting stuff there out of those ones there. So cool. Let's separate by chain, and we can see BSC chain in yellow, Ethereum in white, and Polygon in pink. And you can see that the top four are Ethereum by chain, and then of course BSC at number 5 to 7, and then the first one we get is for Polygon is number 15 at USDC, and then number 17 at Matic there. So pretty cool stuff going on. Nice. All right, so those are the results for today. Let's get in some of the chat and see how it's going there. Probably got a little bit behind now. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button, folks. We're trying to head towards 2,800 subs. It's going to be fun. Million N says, PulseX, baby. Hi, guys. Absolutely. And great to see you in the house. And hit the likes. Absolutely. And PS is in the house. Pulsexual says, I wish I could plug into the Matrix and download Patience. Well, that's right. But we are counting down from a month. We are under a month now. And that's really, really positive. So very, very cool. I think what I say in today's video, 28 days, I think I said, until the end of the sacrifice. Good things come to those who stake. Yeah, that's true. It's now says ha ha ha. Yeah, nice one. Pulsexual says you can't say dummy wallet anymore. You have to say technically challenged wallet. Yeah, nice one. Challenged wallet. Yeah, I don't think anything you say is right. So I'm just gonna say what I think I want to say, and you know, as much as the platform will allow me, right? So yesterday's video we talked a little bit about other topics, which I won't name. But YouTube got me on that too. This is such a rigged platform, but unfortunately, if we stick to crypto, we might be okay. So we're going to keep it as much to that as we can. Man, oh man, they just pathetic, really. PulseX got the lol on. PS says the best day to stake was yesterday. The worst day to stake is tomorrow. Yeah, well, the worst day to stake is probably, I don't know, at infinitum, isn't it? It's pretty bad, but yeah. PulseX says, yep, staking has shown me how much a paper hand wimp I am tempted to be. Rich has got me straightened out. Thank God. Yeah, that's true. So stake is definitely important. So Matt says, I staked another 2 coins last night for the sacrifice, nearly all in. Hey, well done, Matt. And yeah, 19.2 cents on the Hex. We're going to check out the price soon. Nice. And Matt says, the whale sacrifice first time about 30 million. Just the other day, he sacrificed about 1,000. Is he not running out of money? He is going all in and believes even just 1,000 is going to turn big. It seems so there, Matt. Seems so there. That's pretty hilarious, actually. Let's go up to the top there. I think I'm not sure if you're talking about the Rackham one, 23rd. What did he do? $1,400. He must be crazy on that. It just seems it's funny though, isn't it? Maybe he's doing it for a friend. Maybe it's a friend. Or maybe he said a friend you can sacrifice with me. Maybe he's done that. 8. So we'll get onto the Hex price soon enough. All right, so very, very cool. Let's have a look at the day results for day 28. We can see here number 28. So we did 1.8 million US dollars, folks. 1.8 million. Yesterday it was 1.6. So we actually did better. Of course, we had a nice little rebound in Hex a little bit. So 1.8 million. Very, very cool. We're currently running it for day 29. We're at 242,000 so far today. And of course, we've got just under 20 hours left until that day ends, day 29 ends. Very, very cool. The sacrifice total every day, of course, we closed on 994,383,000. And of course, we're up to the current total 994,625,000. So 994 million, 0.6. Nice. So those are the results for today. Hex is 55.54%. So I was pretty close when I said 56% before. Of the sacrifice, 552 million is pretty nice. Followed by Ethereum, USDC, USDT, BUSD, and BNB. Got to rock the BNB. There we are. So those are the results, folks. We're going to come back to that, but let's jump over to the Hex price. And of course, here we are on the chart. We've got the hourly chart up. I might we still looks very downtrendy, doesn't it, at the moment? But we got this nice pump from the whale that we had. How many hours ago was that? Boom. All right. So that was almost 24 hours. So 23 hours ago, a whale pumped something like $3 million in and bought would have been bought. Was it? Can't remember. Was it 12 million? Something like that. Bought about 12 million. And actually, let's pull that out. Let's get into detail there. We're going to go to there. We're going to have a look at what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say amount of Hex. Let's do that. 11.5 million. That's just on the USD3 pool bought over. So maybe it was close to 15 million Hex or something on that. Bam. Let's pull that up. I'm not sure if that's going to be on this one. Let's go there. And 1 inch network, so that's not going to help us. But they ended up buying that. So about 50 mil. They actually staked it as well. They staked that Hex that they bought, so that's pretty cool. They don't seem to have staked it short term, from what I can tell. It seems to be reasonably a longer term. So I didn't actually. I think it was may have been 10-year stakes actually. 10-year stakes. I think it was 10-year stakes. I think that's what they did. Alchemist says, if a PLX sacrificer wants PLS, how do they get it? Well, you can have some Ethereum in your wallet when the fork happens, and you'll get a bit of a PLS for that. Or you can trade your PLS X, a little bit of it. You can trade whatever amount, but a little bit of it, say, for PLS on the day it goes live. And before the bridge opens, you got about a day or two to do before that. Cool. Nice one. Good one, Alchemist. So that's pretty cool on that one. Let's go into the full chart here. So nice little pump. And then the market, of course, likes to sell into these little pumps. We didn't come all the way back, which is pretty good. Let's have a look here. We were sitting, I don't know, we were sitting around, we came down to 17.8 cents, and then we pumped all the way up to about 10%, up to 19.76. We're almost at 20 cents, folks. But then no, sellers came in, and we're currently still up about almost 6%. So not bad. Not bad at all. We're still holding up pretty cool on that. So nice. So let's get more of those whale type buys in there. Very cool. Let's have a look at the daily on here. And I'm going to have to pull up the chart, pull the price down to some reasonable designation here. Let's pull that down. That looks not too bad there. Yeah, I'll take that. That looks pretty good. All right, so let's have a look here to the end of PulseX Sacrifice. We have, including tomorrow, we have 29 days on here. Is that right? 29 on that. Is it the right day? 25th, yeah. So 29. So I said 28, but 29. It appears to be 29. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did it right. So we're counting that down and just sitting tight. We haven't hit the 16 cent mark, which is cool. We haven't hit that at least yet. And of course, that's nice. Whale buy actually gives some good momentum. Helps us to prevent going down, although we can still go down. But does that 3 million buy is pretty positive and the old buy factor there. Very cool. And yeah, it's sitting pretty nice. So let's see where we go. Like I say, we have these previous patterns where we have these little pullbacks and then we rocket it. And it kind of looks like this one. Looks pretty similar. And then bam. Once we get closer to that, PulseX Sacrifice to say 28 days. That's a long time in crypto. But then maybe a week to 3 weeks after that, we could have the launch. But the biggest factors we got coming up still, we've still got Pulsechain 3. We've got the AMM bot. Apparently, Richard says the code has to be written and tested and all that. So that could take more time. So that's the only thing that's the biggest hold up for me is doing that stuff. And then, of course, the distributions. Apparently it's got one dev on that, but that could be quite time consuming. Not for all of our basic ones, which are obvious, they're just on the chain, but for all the weird ones, people that send it from an exchange, people that maybe they'll have to do that later. Maybe they'll have to say, hey, depending on how much it holds up the thing, we'll work it out, but it's going to take a little time. I don't know. And then, of course, the ones that send it to the Pulsechain Sacrifice. So you've got a few issues there. And then, of course, the small altcoins with no liquidity, not worth something, or scam coins, there's all sorts of stuff. So we'll see how they play that out. But they do want to do their best to honor everybody's sacrifices. But once again, if you're looking at sacrifice, it's best just to choose the popular tokens if you can, and send it from a MetaMask wallet or something like that. Probably the safest way to do it, especially if you're doing a large amount, or if you're doing a small amount, it's a big deal because it could change your life, presumably. So you've got to be careful about that. I'm still expecting a price pump once you get some idea of this. I think Richard's going to gamify the block height, of course, because it's going to be the biggest airdrop in history. He doesn't want people to compromise the liquidity pools when they get harvested by the AMM bot as well. So it's going to be interesting how Richard plays that timing out as well. I'm going to think a bit more about that myself. So pretty cool. But I am expecting once we get some sort of signals that things are going well, maybe whales will start moving the price up themselves, and we'll get this green candle at some time. So cool. All right, let us look at the indicators on here and the TA. We're going to look at the DMI as usual. So the sellers are in control despite our big buyer. We got offset by those sellers. So waiting for the green to turn. That's our buy candle. Red is the sellers, and the signal line is turned up. So that's positive. We can see the positive line. Hopefully that will be positive with the green candle following shortly after. So if we get the orange going up here, the green candle sort of starts screaming up and then moving up, we could get something like this, something that looks like this here. And we want the sellers to come down and these two to cross up over. So nice. So let me just put that on the visualization. Maybe it's so if we had that being the orange one there, and then we have the green one crossing over that way. So crossing over, that could be our green one. And then the sellers, of course, going down. The sellers going down. That's what we want. Yeah, so we get that nice little play out. That's supposed to be red, so put it red. We get that nice little. It's not even the same red. Come on, let's be professional here. That's it's not even the same red either. I don't know. We're having trouble with the same red, folks. Is that close? That's not even quite the same red. All right. Who cares about the red? Who cares about the red? This is what I'm pretending I'm watching this live show, and that's what I'd be saying. Who cares about the red? Just get on with it. Let's get on with it. All right. So that's what we might be able to get there if plays go up, and we do have the time frame where we're getting close to the sacrifice launch. There's got to be some FOMO coming in here. The market's pleased with itself. It's done what it's done on Pulsechain. Basically, the price has gone down, and it's time to rock and roll. So last time that happened, of course, majorly happened after the Pulsechain sacrifice. But we can be optimistic that things aren't necessarily be exactly the same this time, because we probably do have a good chance of Pulsechain launching. But we may actually end up slipping into April. So just be prepared, folks. We talked about patience earlier. You need to be patient with this. Hex took a year to get launched. And so far, July to this time, what was 6-7 months now. So just be patient with that. If we do get it by March, that's 9 months, and that's pretty good after all that. Of course, we're used to the 2 months. It's always 2 months, but Richard has been pretty upbeat lately about the minimum viable product. That is definitely going pretty well. But once again, testnet version 3 does have some pretty big deals. The AMM bot is a big deal. And the fact that he said the code had to be written, that sort of put me a bit more alarmed with that, because it's like, okay, that could be quite a lot of stuff, right? That could be testing and changing stuff out. So hopefully that's a couple of week exercise, and they can get that up and running. That's what makes me feel that the earliest date for me is this between the 5th of March and the 19th. Otherwise, we could see it slowly pushing, depending on what happens with the testnet 3, with the AMM bot pushing into April. So just be prepared for that. If the code for the AMM bot had been written, I'd be much more bullish that it's going to be in the March, and I'm still optimistic. And I think that's the earliest phase, but just be prepared that that may push us in a bit further over to the right, or over to the right on that side. So just to be something to be aware of there. Let us jump into some of the comments before I move on to the next thing. We're going to go into the sacrifice rates. Vaganova says Renove. Hey Renove. Charity Dunning says, did you hear the liquid loans referral program that came out today? Yeah, I'm going to be talking about that. Yeah, I've got that on the topic for today. I've already posted it on the community chat. I posted it on Getter, and I think I covered it on the, did I cover it on the daily vid? I may have covered it on the daily vid, but we're going to talk about that charity. I think that's a pretty good opportunity for everybody, and I do think that it is, I'm trying to be very careful about the projects that I'm talking about or recommending, not recommending, so talking about, suggesting, or whatever, recommending, but it's basically got to get a fine line. I think liquid loans actually does fit in very well with the wider ecosystem, as I've shown on my diagrams before. It is kind of a bank lending, a collateral lending service, and I think that fits pretty well, and interest, that sort of thing. But it is not a Richard Hart project directly, but I think it actually fits in pretty well into that wider ecosystem. Hex is your savings account. Pulsechain is your platform, and PulseX is your exchange. It kind of fits all together into perfect DeFi. I kind of see that working quite well. That's why I like talking about the liquid loans one. I'm going to also talk about another platform we talked about yesterday towards the end of the video. And so we talked about a free Pulse yesterday. That was on the back of, I must talk about now, that was on the back of Gerardo interviewing the dev for PulseX and Pulsechain and stuff for the website. So I played on that site. I even pushed it out on the community tab. I have actually deleted that from my social media, not because it's necessarily bad, but because it had another sacrifice inside of it that they're doing, and I didn't want to promote that because I don't see that fitting into the Richard Hart's ecosystem. I see it as an opportunity for them to do as private entrepreneurs, but I didn't want to do it on that basis. So I've deleted that off social media, just to let you know. I'm still playing some games on there. It is fun, and you can do that too. But I don't think I'll end up promoting that at all because it just doesn't fit in really with the ecosystem. So hope you guys probably agree with that to some degree. So let's see how we go. Hey buddy, great show with all my PHEX copies. Says Big Hit lined up with all my EHEX stakes and the end dates I have set. And the end dates I have set. Will all my PHEX copies line up with all my EHEX stakes? And yes, they're all going to be a perfect copy. They're Big Hex. Going to be a perfect copy. So you'll be perfectly fine. Once it launches, of course, all the global TCA rates and all that stuff's going to start changing because there'll be different behavior on each chain. Just note that. It's now Big Hex, and yes, they will be cheaper to end stake on Pulse. Yeah, there'll be a fraction of a penny probably to end stake and stuff like that, and to stake and all the stuff. As opposed to on Ethereum, it can cost a couple $100. So definitely is the case. If you are doing some unstaking on Ethereum, by the way, just remember that Sunday between 1 and 3 a.m. UTC time, that's UTC time, is typically the best time to get lowest GUI. The lower GUI has a huge impact on your unstaking fees, and that is the best time on the ETH chain. And that's not always the case, though. So it's not always the case, but just typically so. That is the best time on Sunday. So 1 to 3 a.m. Sundays UTC time is typically the best for doing unstakes if the if the GUI price is normal. That like typically of that case. Zolly says, yeah. So I either hold a little ETH at the time of the fork or send a couple of bucks to the Pulsechain sacrifice pit. Yeah, that's the third option, is that you can send a couple of dollars to the sacrifice pit. The rate's pretty bad, but you'll get a bit of Pulse, and you only need a bit of Pulse to do some transactions. Is the other one. So yeah. Refine says 19.4 cents. Nice. So we've got a few price updates there. And Refine says maybe my feed is off, says Refine. Very cool. All right. So there we are with the price. And it's not too look bad. So 18.9 cents, holding up reasonably well. Let me have a look here. So it's now, I got schooled by, where it is. Nice. It's now says 33 watching, only 21 likes. Come on. Come on, people. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're trying to head up towards 2,800 subs, on our way to 3,000. And of course, yes, hit the like button, hit the bell, and share if you can. It would be really cool. Charity says, I saw that lottery site today, went back okay to beta with a warning your account could be deleted. Right. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not. I took that off the community tab and everything else. But I've used a dummy account to interact with it. So cool. Once again, it was from Gerardo's interview. He's one of the biggest YouTubers in the space with the dev for PulseX and Pulsechain. So that's their site, but it is they are the idea of the site was that they were going to use it's going to be when Pulsechain goes live. At the moment, it's just using fake Pulse on the platform, so it's not actually T-Pulse, and they're just using fake Pulse on the generated on the platform for the game, so you play the games. But when the idea is that when it goes live, they're going to do up to $200 an hour. Up to was the key bit, $200 an hour. But the fact is, they've also got a sacrifice down the bottom right hand page that they're wanting to run when that runs, and that's a different story altogether, right? So really, it looks like yes, it's going to help with adoption on Pulsechain, but really they're going to do a big sacrifice for themselves, and that's where I had to stop and go, well, nah, I'm not into that. I'm only going to do talk about stuff that I think actually adds a lot of value in the core ecosystem, because obviously that's got a lot of stuff going on now. I don't want to get into that. It may work out very well, but it's up to them. People want to get involved, they do. I just don't think it's something I should be talking about on this channel. So I hope you guys can appreciate that. Refine says Dextor's feed is 10 minutes behind. All right, that stinks, yeah. I seen you online last night, Hex Token, playing Crash. Yeah, I was playing Crash on there, and I did actually do very well on there when I was playing. So it was pretty hilarious. And I actually went into the lottery, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, you go and play on there, have fun on there. I just don't think it's a site that I should be promoting on this ecosystem. So I took that off very quickly after I looked at the sacrifice that they're going to do down the. I can't remember the name. It's something shares, FT shares or something. But then I thought, oh wait a minute, this is just sort of getting. There were 600 people on there when I was there, and I was just saying they're just going to get people on here so they can do the sacrifice. That's all they're doing. And I was just like, no. I was happy when it was, trying to help with adoption with Pulsechain, because there's so many people out there like playing games and stuff like that. But then I was just like, nah. Anyway, so hopefully that explains it a bit. Feel free to try and change my mind. Feel free to try and change. Love your patience and passion. Also, the education you're giving. You are not a school teacher. Hey, Matt, I'm not a school teacher. So my background is actually in economics and strategy. And I'll leave it at that. That's where I'm from. So cool. Let's have a look here on. Let's go to the Pulse table here. So let's go up here. We've got day 28, of course, is what we finished. We're on. Let me have a look on the Pulse here side. We're on. It's got a few different 229. Yeah. So let me just jump over to there. So we're on day 29, and the price is $2.29. So day 29, $2.29. Tomorrow, when we hit day 30, can you believe it? That's going to be day 30. We're going to be at $2.41. That's a big jump, right? That's something. Well, it's still relatively cheap, because I think once you get into $3-4, that's when you're starting to get a bit more cheaper. So you got to think about what your price is per pulse, so that you compare to the others. So yeah, definitely is interesting. I haven't got a calculator here. Let me pull up my calculator over here. Let me have a look. So to let me do it the other way. Divided by. Yeah, so that's going to give you a price of 000229. 000229 at the I think at the $2.29. So that's the 000229. So you want the market price to reach that for you to break even on that. If you're assuming $1, that excludes the volume multiplier. So 000229. Obviously, the volume multiplier would lower that price, so you have a cheaper cost price. So interesting. I don't even know I calculated that, because it's just 10,000. $2.29. I should have just known that without even doing it, just adding the zeros. It's funny how you do that on live stream sometimes. But hey, $1 is will get you 4,363 points now. Originally that got you 10,000. Now that's going to get you 4,363. Very, very cool. Yeah, so tomorrow it's going to be 000241 is going to be your price there. So remember, that compares to the whales, which are getting a quadruple 0441 or something like that. So just to keep that's quite a bit. So actually, let's do that. That's pretty cool. Let's do today's one divided by 0.00122 41. It's already getting at this. So getting at this price of $2.29. That's basically at $1. That is. So it's excluding no multiplier. That's basically 5.6x times the whale's price. So there'll be a 5.6x from the whale's price to get that. So interesting stuff. That's pretty cool, eh? All right. So let's have a look at what the Magic Carpet Ride pool or syndicate. That's a public pool that people have joined together on YouTube and stuff. Let's say that they got 2.14, so that would put them down, somewhere in here. And of course, they are getting less than 10,000 points per dollar, as I said earlier. So back down here, and yeah, so they'd be getting is it? Yeah, no, they're definitely getting under 10,000 points now, and for the Magic Carpet Ride team, but still very high. Maybe 9,000 to 9.5, somewhere in there. Is probably what they're getting. So cool. Or maybe, somewhere like that. Just over 9,000 is my guess. Nice. All right, let's go to the distribution. Now, this is still the 18th. Yeah, it's still the 18th, the last update, but it's still very indicative because total sacrifice is not too bad, 980 on here versus, maybe 1 billion, 22 million, something like that, which is where we estimate the total is. And it gives you a nice allocation of the wallets, of course. And I say that the top 1,000 wallets, which is over here, they'll control probably around about 70 to 75%, somewhere in that mark of the total PulseX supply. And let's have a look here. What have we got? Just trying to look for the I thought there was something on this table, but gives you an idea of the minimum there and the maximum there. That was early on. Of course, now it's up to 229, right? Instead of 1477, now 229, and that's just going up. So, like I say, it's 5.8x above the minimum there. So, really, it's starting to rise on that one. Cool. I don't think there's anything else on there we want to have a look at. Hey, this is updated, so that's cool. Sacrifice points, nice, and that's added in. That looks good. And there, I think that was it. So cool. All right, so let's jump over to liquid lines. Let's do it, but let's catch up on the chat just before I get onto liquid lines. Charity says, do you think there's a risk of using primary wallet to mess around on that lottery site? So yeah, don't use your primary wallet. Don't use your. I don't think there's a risk on that one, but just don't use it in general. So I wouldn't use it on there either. It's good practice not to use your primary wallet or your any staking wallets you have, particularly around Hex. With any dApp, I would use a dummy wallet every time with its own private keys. Okay, that's a strong recommendation if you're going to interact with because we're going to get lots more projects coming onto Pulsechain. You can imagine it's going to be a frenzy, right? It's really hard not to talk about them, the good ones and the bad ones. You just don't know always when they are. So it's always best to use a dummy wallet. So if you watch my Let's Play on Pulsechain Testnet 2, that's a dummy wallet. When I went into Free Pulse, I used a dummy wallet to play. And so just use a dummy wallet. Don't use your real one. It's very tempting, but don't do it. Just use a dummy wallet and set up a fresh wallet for a new one. If you really are keen on it, you've done some real research, you think it's okay, then get into it. Really, it's just to have that good practice. So cool. Then you won't get stung, right? You won't get stung. And like I said, if you have fresh keys as well, that means there's no transfers between accounts. They can't associate you. It's all all separate, so you won't get hurt and burned. Protect your bags as much as possible, especially your Hex stakes. And in the future, you're going to have to protect your Pulsechain and your PulseX. So really is important to watch that security, folks out there. There's going to be lots more projects and dApps coming. They're going to be tempting, and just be very careful. Protect your bags as much as possible. I can't say that enough. Matt and Barley's got the shades on because it is probably sunny, probably in the hammock, having his was it Bintang, I think it is, beer. Matt and Barley says, I got a spanner today. I see, woo, I can do a lot with the be careful, boys and girls, and hit that bell. Nice one, Matt. You didn't get a spanner today. You got the spanner a long time ago there, Matt. Long time ago. Brendan says, been at the beach today, enjoying Australia Day. Got the pizza oven going now. Man, that sounds good. We're all going over to Brendan's pizza oven. That sounds great. Brownie says, afternoon, morning all. Hey, Brownie, good to see you. Woo-hoo-hoo. Nice one. And it's now I have the bell set to all, but I don't get notified. Yeah, I don't know what's up with YouTube with the notification bell. It seems all over the place, eh? And AK says, what do you think the launch price for PLX will be? well, I don't. I've got my target. My target is 001, but what it will launch at is hard to tell. I think that we've got the highest one, as I say, we're getting higher. But let's say the end of the boundary bonus. Let's say it's 00014. I'm targeting 001, but it's going to do some crazy stuff on the first day. No one can predict that stuff, what it's going to do. And so, I think it's going to head towards 001 is where I think as a first target. And then onwards up to there. So it's going to be some pretty massive volatility. Like I say, the biggest benefit for the PulseX is getting people putting it into the pool. Otherwise, we're going to need some form of staking to get PulseX off the market. But then a lot of people won't sell. Got to remember a big thing about a lot of sacrifices. A lot of it's in Hex, which 56% is in Hex. We know a lot of the Hexicans, not all of them, but a lot of the Hexicans are going to hold those bags for probably 2 years at least. And they not typically sellers. We will get some Hexicans trading, of course, but that's very different from a lot of communities where we could see a lot of sell down. Even though the deflationary characteristics and the magical buy and burn, we're calling it now, is absolutely amazing. People were still going to trade right in the short term, could still sell down a lot of bags. So I think we're going to get a lot of volatility, but I'm super bullish. The whales will wait for, the buy and burn. The whales will probably, if they take the strategy, take the whale strategy, and they'll probably wait for the, depending on what mechanism Richard chooses. But I think he's going to choose a mechanism that supports the price going up. So that makes sense. So rather than a time-based buy and burn, we'll see what he does. But I definitely think possibly a strategic buy and burn is a bit better. And we've seen some of that play out, quite a lot of that play out in Hex, to be honest. So cool. So that's kind of a target there. I think it's going to probably get towards the top of this price here, somewhere around here. Might settle there for a little while before it starts moving up. So yeah. All right, let us get into the liquidity. Let us jump over here. Where was I jumping over to liquid lines, wasn't I? Yeah, so liquid lines. I think I've got a couple of comments first. Launch price will be 0, but change rapidly. Yeah, so they all start off at 0, but then the AMM bot's going to cause some ratios. Then we're going to get some USD, some stable coins bridged in, and then we'll get some USD version prices. And of course, we're going to have PRC 20s that will have be stable coins too, centralized ones and decentralized. But we're just going to find out the value of that. Well, I think the actual market's going to price them up to around the dollar, but it could be a bit more volatile than that. We'll see. USDL might be a better, more stable coin. Yes, more accurate. And it's now, love the way you catch up on the chat between each topic. Good on you, Hex Token. I appreciate that. I'm trying to do that, just get the balance right and get the flow right. Hopefully that's a better flow. PulseX prediction after 1 week, 1 month. Ashley. So I think I talked about that just now. There are people out there who want your money more than you. It's true. And there's a lot of people out there. Let's not get into it, but we know what kind of people they are. Brendan says, "Come on, round pizza, my shout." Nice one, Brendan. And we'll have Matt and Barley come over too with some Bintang beers. Bring those Bintang. I think it's Bintang beers. Ashley says you're going to sell at 0.1. I'm not selling. I'm holding. Free day. It should be. I'm accumulating. Ash. I'm waiting for people to sell, and then I'm accumulating. We're going to watch that chart like a hawk. Truth says it's now. I agree, Matt. Very cool. And Matt says send those pizza around so we can eat while resting. Watching the rest of the live show right here, right now. Love the support on this channel. Yeah, big shout out. Very cool. And I think I can go below that in the future. Yeah. All right. So here we are on liquid loans. Now, once again, this is apparently it's very, very soon. The sacrifice is going to happen. So what they released today was the referral program. And it's actually the right referral program. I like referral programs that are no greater than 5%, but they can have bonuses with 10%. This is pretty much how they designed it. I hate dApps that have got 10, 20, 30%. They die. Those projects die. And you might have seen Rex out there. Rex had these 2 waves up and then pulled back, took a while, and then had this big massive rise and then pretty much crashed. And then they went to talk about Rex 2, right? Game was over. They had made design issues, and that was done by some Hexicans apparently. So you sort of see those high referral programs just kill the program. Also, the scraping interest and other features like that seems to also kill the program, especially with the big whales. They get the big positions at the beginning, and then they can just sell huge amounts of volume down as well. So the way they did that was like that. So this one here is pretty cool. Nice balance, 5%. We can have that. Remember, Hex had the referrals too at the beginning, and I was one of the many crypto channels at the time that was promoting Hex at the time. Of course, there was YouTube did some crypto channel purges. Unfortunately, my channel was one of those, and of course that got taken down. So there was a lot more people around at that time. A lot of people have forgotten about the crypto purges for some reason. I've never seen people really talking about them, but they happened. The channels got purged at the time. And then you saw Hexologist on DLive, right? So he was on DLive trying to recover there too. So he also got affected, I think, by the YouTube crypto issue as well. So cool. All right, so the referral program is live. That's on Twitter. They're on Liquid Loans. So we're going to jump over to that. So we're going to jump over to Liquid Loans. And I've got the links in the video description if you want to get a referral code. So it is my referral code. So you can use that code to go and get your referral code. And get out there and promote. This is what it's all about, building up the number of users. And I think it's a very modest program. So this is Liquid Loans website. Now, all you have to do is hit the referral program below there, and you can get to that. So let me just post that in the thing. So you can get to this here. And once you click the referral program, but I've got a link in the video description, just hit that, and you can join up with that. And then, of course, you can read through the participation there. So very, very cool. Liquid Loans, we love Liquid Loans, and welcome to our referral program, etc. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to read through a little bit of this, so bear with me. I'm not going to read through the whole lot, but just go through some of the key steps here. So step 1, watch the full video at the top of this page, then read the participation steps and reward lists and examples. Step 2, once you have completed step 1, click the purple button to open the form page and secure your own referral link. Step 3, after the form page is open, simply enter your wallet address. So that's the wallet address you want to use for the referral. Once again, you can use to set up a new wallet in the MetaMask, for example. You can just add another wallet and just call it Liquid Loans Referral or something like that. It's up to you, but it's pretty easy. And then you'll get a new address, and you can use your new address for this. Very cool. It's going to be on Pulsechain. It's going to be super cheap and super fast. You have to worry about having some ETH in your wallet. And you can set up a whole new wallet for this, and it's pretty cool. And you'll retain your referral link. When you do get the referral link, it has a shortened version, so it doesn't show your wallet address anyway. So you can find my link in the video description. You'll see that there's no wallet address there, but that's a brand new address, so you can use that. It's pretty easy. Step 4, copy your unique referral link and share with the family and friends and others across your social channels and many others you want to choose. So you only do referral to family and friends if you believe in the product. So don't do it if you don't believe in the product. But if you believe in the product as I do, then it's something you can do. And of course, you can go and promote it. I only promote things that I believe in, that it seem to make a lot of sense, that always have a fair chance. And those are the ones I like. Step 5, keep a note of your unique referral link somewhere safe and bookmark this page so you can return to it any time. And step 6, navigate to our resources page where you can download a collection of graphics, email templates, SMS templates, etc. if you want to get some promotion links there. You can always have this secure your referral link. You click this button here, and you'll see that there's got the rewards and stuff like that. So we're going to come to this in a second, but first we're going to go through the rewards. Very, very cool. Now, it's got a couple of definition stuff here, a referrer, a referee. So if you're a referrer, you're the one that's giving somebody a referral link. If you're a referee, you're the one receiving and using that referral link. And if you're a self-referrer, it means you've done over 10 referrals, basically. So you can see the definitions here. And so the bonuses that you get if you're a referrer, that's you're a person who's got a referral link and you want to give it to somebody else. You earn 5% of the referee sacrifice points. So if someone uses your referral link, you'll get 5% of the sacrifice points that they use, which is quite modest. It's good. Now, if it was 10% or 15 or 20, that would be ridiculous. You'd want to avoid the project unless you were trying to be early and bump your bags. But that was about it. So when a referrer uses your referral link to join the program, you as a referrer will receive a bonus of 5% of their total sacrifice points. So that's it. To qualify as a referrer, a minimum of $500 must be sacrificed from your registered wallet. So you do need to participate as well. So it has to be a win-win. You have to do $500 to make your referrer link actually active, and your referral address linked registered wallet. There's no limit on how many referees a referrer may have. So you can have many, many, many. Obviously, if you get a referral link from somebody, you'll be a referee, and you'll earn 5% of your own sacrifice points when you use someone else's link. So you get the bonus. So it's a win-win. The referrer gets 5%, you get 5%. So it's pretty nice and fair. Very, very cool. It's not all going to the referrer. You get a bonus on your points for using the link. So cool. And when you use a referrer's link to the program, your referrer get a 5% bonus. To qualify as a referee, of course, you need a minimum of $500. So if you're going to use a referral link, you need a minimum of $500 to get that 5% bonus, just to make sure that's the case. So you can sacrifice less than $500 and you still get your sacrifice points, but you won't get the referral bonus of 5%. As a self-referee, basically earn 10% of your own sacrifice points with 10 or more referees. So that's a self bonus, okay? So with 10 or more referees, so if you get 10 people to use your link to join the program, you receive a bonus of 5% of their total sacrifice points. In addition, you will receive 10% of your own. That's the own sacrifice that you did. So if I did $1,000, I would get 10% of those sacrifice equivalent points. That's pretty much it. So pretty cool. But to qualify as a self-referrer, a minimum of $500 must be sacrificed from your registered wallet. So there is a thing. You have to sacrifice, have $500, and then you can get the 5% bonus pretty much. Cool. The bonus points is calculated at the end of the sacrifice phase and will be applied to the total accumulated points. So I think that's pretty nice. There's a couple of cool examples here as a referrer and as a referee. So this is the person giving away the link. So that they're trying to get referees, and this is the person using the links. Example, and this is a person that's done over 10. So in other words, they're a pretty good referrer. They got over 10 links there. Pretty cool as well. So nice. So if you sacrifice $5,000 US a referee by using somebody's link, you'll receive $250 worth of bonus points. Pretty easy, really. And your referrer will get $250 bonus points too, the person that you gave it to you. And it's similarly, that works as a referrer. So nice. So if you're a referrer, that's pretty cool. As a referrer, you receive up to $1,500 bonus points if someone used 30,000. So if they use 30,000, you get 1,500. But you must, of course, have sacrificed 500 yourself with that address. So that's important to use. Very cool. Obviously, the bonus gets supercharged if you get over 10 referees. So pretty nice on that one. So those are examples there. Of course, you can hit the purple button there to get your own link. So let's pretend that we've hit that button. We're going to jump over to here. You'll get this important reminder, of course, and you just say understand, continue, and then of course you just get your address. You can make a new one in MetaMask, as I say, and then post it in here, and then it will generate you a link. That's it. That's how easy it is, and you can give that link away. It will also allow you to tweet that out or whatever you want to do as well. So pretty cool. It's a pretty modest bonus as a referral, but I think it's pretty cool, and it certainly helps with adoption. And as I say, Hex had that too in adoption, so pretty nice. Now, this actual sacrifice is not launched yet. It's going to happen, and of course, very soon. What the CEO said today on Crypto Heartbeat Show. If you haven't seen the interview, he's got a wonderful interview with the CEO on there, so definitely check that out. It's going to be similar to the way Richard Hartz does sacrifices, but there's going to be an added dimension, and that is a dimension for. There's two added dimensions actually. It's going to be a dimension for staking deferred gratification. In other words, getting your liquid loans tokens at the over time, like within maybe delay them by 1 year or 2 years. You get bonuses for how long you sort of stake them, I guess is the way you might want to put it, or deferred. And then the second part is if you're in a pool or syndicate, I think there's a bonus for that too. Those are probably the only additions to Richard Hart's type of sacrifice bonding curve. There's going to be a first 10 days, and then a rise up. The sacrifice is going to last 30 days, and it's going to be very soon. It's only going to be using stable coins, remember, not using Hex or sacrificing Hex or anything, only stables. So you got to get those lined up for it if you want to participate. So it's 10 days of that, and then it's going to have a curve going up over the time like that. So that's kind of the basic way that's going to sacrifice going to work at the moment. So nice. All right, I think is that where I'm up to? Yeah, no, that's liquid loans, folks. Very cool. Let's get into the chat here. We've got Alex Frame says, think we get a better deal by swapping PLX for PLS before the bridge open, like Rich Hart said. That's correct. Or just buy PLS after the bridge. Decisions. Think out loud. Yeah. Well, you can do a bit of both. If you only, it depends how much PLS you're after, right? If you're only after a little, then there's 3 different ways of doing it. Having ETH in your wallet, sacrificing the Pulsechain sacrifice, which is the rate's pretty bad, but you will get a bit of PLS for a couple of dollars, or swapping on the ratios. I think those are the right 3. Yeah. Like It Up Now says it's now. Yeah, definitely Like It Up. And Charity says, what do you think some comparable projects are to liquid loans? I'm looking for pricing chart comparisons. Charity, Liquid Loans is basically a fork of Liquidity on the Ethereum chain. So go check that out. Now, Liquid Loans will be targeting the Liquidity community. So check that out on Ethereum. Yeah, so Liquidity, I'm pretty sure that's the one. Yeah, so you can go to Dat Radar and you can find Liquidity on there as well. It's another way of looking for it on Dat Radar. That will be under the ETH. Just click on ETH in your search at the top on datradar.com. I think it's .com, and you can find that. So yeah, I can actually probably pull it up here. Let's do that. Before we do that, of course, we've got a new member. Woo-hoo-hoo! It's now. New member. We're not worthy. Hey, welcome to the channel. Do appreciate it. It's now. Very, very cool. And love your comments on the chat. Very supportive. Very cool. Welcome. Just joined Hex Token. Yeah. Poof. Nice. You also get some of these Hex now as well. So you get some of these here. So bam, let's put some of these out. Bam. And I love you got the old Richard Thump. Was it Thump Pump? I can't even say it myself. So very, very cool. And so that's how you go green. Woohoo! That's right. That's how you go green. Once you go green, you don't go back, or whatever they say. So nice one. All right, so some nice rocks there, and I wish we had a little party thing like if under my other stream. Maybe I'll try and get that up with the format. But I like Streamlabs just because it works. You know, when you start using some more fancy stuff on YouTube, they have a bit of struggle with it. It's kind of designed well for Twitch, but not for other stuff. So nice. All right, so big welcome to It's Now as channel. All right, so that's pretty much how that works. I've got the link, my own referral link in the video description. If you want to hit that up, then you can create your link as well, and we can party on together. That's pretty much it. All right, let's jump over to the big news. Of course, this is huge. This is Agape Hex. Of course, I'm going to post this in the chat there. I don't think I've got that on the link, so let me post that in. Check this out. This is awesome. And there we are. So Agape Hex. Now, what has happened is that Hex is looking to get a sponsorship on a car for the Daytona 500. Believe it or not, that's huge in America. I've actually been to Daytona 500 rally in Florida. I was there not during a live show, but I was watching the cars practice going around the track at Daytona 500. Man, that sounds amazing when you're in there. You see this, like the awesome V8 type sounds. That is fantastic, echoing around the chamber. Very, very cool. Yeah, it's fantastic. So what happened was back on the 19th year, Agape Hex with basically looked at getting a sponsorship deal. He directly knows the rep for one of the best drivers there. And of course, they wanted to. They asked around, said, "Can you get a sponsorship?" And of course, said, "We've got a community that might be able to sponsor you." And so this would be really cool getting a publication here. So very, very nice. Would any Hexkins be interested in helping sponsor an entire NASCAR team for the Daytona 500 in February, raising $600,000? I figure 600 Hexkins, $1,000 piece. Hex on the car, maybe even Richard Hart's YouTube page on it as well. Top 10 donors get to attend. DM if you're interested. So all of the cool features in here are very, very nice. And of course, that's been going since the 19th and it's been kicking some butt. So the community has really come in to help there. Very, very cool. Now there's some other stuff here. So by the 20th, so it was the 19th by 20th, $20,000 was wrapped today. It was raised today to wrap an entire car for Daytona 500. We're on track still. Actually, no pun intended. My friend reps the owners. It's a direct contact link if you want to see the Hex wrapped on a car and entire crew. I also think NASCAR fans would love it. Hex would be perfect for a NASCAR. Sorry, it'd be pretty amazing. So nice. So that they've been raising money. See, it went up by the 21st. It was up to 40K. So they really started doing as well. Appreciate all the love. Very, very cool. This is from the Daytona 500 update. Just got off the phone with the team. 40K of 600K raised. Very nice. Driver is JJ Yelly. So you can check that out on Google. Hendrix prepared car, top tier car, etc. So very cool. Chevrolet, etc. So lots of stuff there. The deadline was the 28th of January. So obviously we're the 26th now. For printing Hex or whatever inspired design. I think they have to have the money raised by the end of the 26th. I think it's tomorrow, which is tomorrow my time. But we think we've got about another 24 hours left to raise the money. But it's been going pretty well, folks, as well. So nice. On the 21st, Daytona 500 update, $90,000 raised for the car, uniforms, helmet, the entire team. This community is the best. Going on stream with Motley Investor later, so you would have seen that. And then Cabana, Crypto Cabana, so check that out. That would be on there on those ones if you missed out on that. And very, very cool. Hexkins by NASCAR. Looking good. I love this. This stuff's pretty funny. So it's been going super well. We're going to scroll forward here in time and get up to the 22nd, I guess. Let us get up to here. So 22nd. So jumping another day, they were up to 150K of 600K in 48 hours. Deadline is 26th of January. We know it's tight, but we're going for it. Hex PulseX. Richard Hart could cover uniforms, crew, pit area. Reach out to Motley Investor or myself. NASCAR fans would dig it. I mean, imagine that. I mean, this is awesome. This is like getting on the map, folks. This is so huge. And look at that. That's pretty cool. You can see the picture. I'm not sure if that's going to pop up there, but you can sort of see it around there. Very, very cool. The Daytona there. Nice. So let me just copy the link to that, and I'm going to paste that on another link. We'll pull it up. Bam. All right. So yes, I don't have a Twitter account because I don't like the platform, the way it's manipulated. So here is Daytona. You can see all the crowd. It is so big, and they've got the racetrack running around the cars here. Very, very cool. And of course, look all the infrastructure inside there with the cars and all of the pit stops and stuff like that. It is a huge deal as well. So nice. And yeah, looking very cool. So we've got other stuff coming up there. They just keep raising money. 22nd. Let's jump through to the 23rd. We're going day by day. Very, very cool. See Nagabo on there. You can do it. You can do it. Absolutely. This made my week. Yeah, pretty nice. So we're getting up pretty ahead here. Looking pretty nice. We're up to 22nd. So getting pretty close. So go 22nd. 23rd. So this is the 23rd update. So the next day, 302,000 or 600K was raised officially halfway. Top 10 donators received owner's pass to the race. See below benefits. Pretty cool. And of course, it's going pretty nuts on this one. Very nice. So let's up here. So by the 24th, only 260 more Hexkins at 100,000, 1,000, sorry, a piece will be able to sponsor the entire NASDAQ team. Daytona 500, 10 million eyeballs. 10 million eyeballs, folks, on this. Really huge. 10. And people, they notice the imagery too. Really is a big deal on the cars. Everyone's glued on those cars. So really is nice. 10 owner passes. Nice. 340K of 60K, 600K so far. Deadline 26. So this is on the 24th. And of course, it just started ramping up after there. It just started keep going up. Very, very nice. And just keep rising. 24th. Very cool. And let's keep going. We're up to 420. 24th. We had some car pictures there to do something with. 24th. So we're up to 25th. Just trying to see if there's a balance there. So just to be clear, Hexkin sponsoring a team on NASDAQ Daytona 500 isn't about a pump and dump. It's about a pump and up and to the damn right. It's about onboarding more substantive Hexkins like yourselves. If done right, we gain lifters. Yeah, and that's very, very cool. So some nice stuff there. Update for 25th here. 555K of 600K was a raise. Very, very cool. So this is people promising to raise stuff, and of course they end up getting it. So pretty nice, or for the most part, as I can see. So nice. And of course you got the Daytona there. Very cool. I love this stuff. So nice. So by the 25th here, thank you all for the support. The address is up. Please let me know if you want to send. So they got people to promise the amounts, and of course now the address, actual Ethereum address for actually providing that sacrifice. Sorry, the sponsorship, let's put it that way, from the Hexkin PulseX community, I guess, is to do. And so to infinity and beyond. And nice. So 555K of 600K. Here is the address. Thank you all. So that's how much they raised it from the looks of it, I think. So pretty nice. I think I'm not sure if they're still going. They may still be going. Wow. So 10 hours ago, wow, woke up to a lot of messages, and ETHScan is looking good. About half of the Ether scan. Thank you, everybody. Again, here's the address. DM me if you want to. So that was pretty cool. To every HexScan and crypto interested in Dallas, come and join. So lots of stuff going on there. Now, 5 hours ago, it's pretty epic. So it's just once you start doing these sponsorships like this, it just starts building because they're so intrigued with this. Official NASCAR radio just reached out to driver JJ for an interview about this fundraising. Well, that's amazing. What a cool story to pick up on. That's going to get the word out. So people are going to be looking for the car, looking for the outfits. You know, the people that follow this, they are glued to the official NASCAR radio and stuff. Let's get close to this. 370K on ETHScan so far, 40K on wires. Keep it coming, or DM me. Nice. We had verbal commitments of 605K. So that's basically they hit the target. We have been able to collect 540K so far. Amazing job. This is 1 hour ago. I know some are still working on it, but tomorrow is our final day. We also need to wire tomorrow. DM for wire wallet address is this one here. Very, very cool. And that was the latest update. So nice. And here is a video here. I'm going to play this video. So let's pull this out. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Before I play it, I'm just going to catch up on the comments. We got Spy says, hello to everybody. Hey, Spy, great to see you. Another Hex Token channel member in the house. Woo! Represent number 2, actually. Number 2. So very, very cool. Welcome says it's now. Very nice. Alex Fame says, this is amazing. Who is the driver for this Hex car? We're going to go through that. There's actually a verbal one here too. Very cool. It's JJ. I think we talked about the name before. What did I say it was? Yeah. JJ, yeah. So we're going to go through that. And Francis in house. Hey, follow Hexkins. Good to see you, Francis. Who is here now would buy Hex Token a beer for a month of pub? Come on, people, join the channel. Absolutely join the channel, folks. Get into there. Now, Wake One says, explain liquid loans. Explain liquid loans, please. Hey, we just we went through this. I've got a couple of videos on this channel on liquid loans. Check that out, Wake One. We've got a couple of ones we actually covered liquid loans in depth. I think there's one that does a beautiful overview. We even got Jesse from Liquid Loans said that he loved that video. So check that out on liquid loans on this channel on Hex Token. And we cover from right over the beginning to the end on that. Definitely check. I will be covering liquid loans again in the lead up before the sacrifice. So it'll be cool. Morris Williams says, hi from Christchurch. Hey, Morris, great to see you. Chaffron's got the rocket money bags in the house. And what's up, Morris? Welcome. And Jesse, the pit box in the house. I was just talking about Jesse. And we're just about liquid loans. So big shout out to Jesse in the house. We got one of the big head honchos there from Liquid Loans in the chat. So big shout out, Jesse, pit boss. Hey, we just covered the Liquid Loans referral, Jesse. Yeah, that's this back here. We just covered all that. So very, very nice and cool. Let's keep going. So this is where we're up to at the moment. I'm going to play. Let's watch that again. So we're just going to watch Agape Hex talk about this. Let's get into it. I'm going to pull myself off the track here. So let me just do this. You're not going to hear me for a second. Let's pull this out. All right, so we're back again here. We're going to play this, and hopefully this works okay. If I full screen that, yeah, that should be fine. Let's listen to this. Bam.
We've raised $200,000. We just raised like $2 more in the last 2 minutes here at the workshop.
All right, so this video is a little dated because they actually hit the target 605. Very cool.
You can give to either Molly or myself, or actually not even giving yet, but you can just make a verbal commitment to us, DM us, let us know. I think personally that this is a great audience to share this with the NASCAR community. I personally think that they will resonate with Richard Hart. I really do. I think they're an audience that is open-minded and obviously express freedom of movement, freedom of speech. So if there's any opportunity like the Daytona 500, this would be it. 10 million people watching, the most that have ever watched the Daytona 500. It's more popularized now. Pitbull owns a team. Michael Jordan owns a team. So just a whole different vibe and feel to the Daytona 500 this year. And what a monumental moment, that could be for us, for Hex, for Pulsechain, for PulseX, but for Richard Hart too. We're thinking of putting Richard Hart on the car as well. Richard Hart Win, his YouTube channel, so we can funnel people to learn about Hex through Richard Hart. That's how most of us have learned about him. And so that's the goal. It's not just about a marketing ploy. Yes, we get all over the car. We get all over the uniforms, the pit, the crew, everything, the entire main sponsorship. 600K, we've reached 200K so far. We have until January 26th to get it in because we have to design everything. We gotta work with the companies to print all the assets. 5 more days, I think we can 100% do it. We've already done 200K in 48 hours. The shares, the retweets, y'all are incredible. I've never experienced this much virality already. I'm new to Hex. I'm newish, I got in January of last year, and the community has just taken me in. And now I'm here with Crypto Sparkbook helping produce content for them. And we're on the road, 42 cities, 6 months. And so I just ask you if you could please help 600 hexagons at 1,000 apiece. Now it's only 400 hexagons at 1,000 apiece. You can message again me or Motley We don't need the money right away. We're just going to collect it all at the end. We just want a verbal commitment. If you're serious, let us know. Thank you.
So, you know, obviously they've hit the target as we saw. So that's pretty cool. They're over 600K. We saw that the verbal commitment is 605K. That was 1 hour ago. So it's hot off the press, folks. Very, very cool. Let me pull this out. I'm going to be gone for a second. All right, I'm back. Is that pretty fast? I don't know. That was all right. That was pretty cool. So, yeah, 1 hour ago, man, we smashed it. That's so cool. There is a pretty cool audio in there as well with the Gape. So I was listening to this. This is actually an interview with the driver, I believe. So I was just starting to watch that. It was pretty nice. So that's also on this link. I've posted that earlier in the chat, so definitely check that out. Man, can you imagine a Hex logo, Richard Hart's face? They're talking about potentially Richard Hart's face going on there. Brazology, obviously, with all the is talking about some of the stuff, really is a big deal. So all the pit crew helmets should have Richard Hart stickers, so it looks Richard as the entire pit crew. Yeah, they're possibly talking about Richard Hart's face being on the car, possibly maybe on the back end. I don't know where they put it. And of course the Hex logos and stuff like that. So pretty cool on that. Now this car's been given out. People have put little Hex on the sides and things like that on some of the pictures. So it's been pretty nice. Let me just scroll out there. I think we had some pictures here. So I'm not sure if that shows up. Let me have a look on that one. There's a problem not having a thing on it. Let me have a maybe they open up there. Let's have a look. Yeah, so you got some pictures here. So people got Hex on the side there, 5.5. These are just some examples of what could be done. But people are talking about possibly having Richard Hart's face on there with the YouTube channel because everything's going to funnel through there. When Pulsechain goes, remember, potentially we've got the fastest ramp up in mass adoption. Could be ginormous. And of course, we're talking about particularly hundreds of thousands to millions, low millions. I'm talking about adoption in a very short space of time. Really, it could be really huge. So nice. Over maybe 18-month period is what I'm talking about. So pretty cool. I expect to see a massive ramp up in the hundreds of thousands of users. Once that bridge opens on Pulsechain, it's going to be mad. You guys are all here early, of course. And man, it's exciting. But look at this cars. The colors are pretty cool. This is a good, nice example of something that could potentially be done on this another side there. But some people talking about Richard Hart being on there as well. So that's some of the other stuff that could potentially be on the car. These are just some mock-ups there. Nice with based on this. Hexkins, please leave your ideas. And that's what someone's posted there, which I thought was quite good. Very cool. All right, let's also go to the ETH address here. This is the ETH address. Let me update it. I'm not sure if it's refreshed there. So it looks like there's quite a bit of $100,000 in Hex in there, $1,000 in USDC in there at the moment, $7,000 USDT. So there's definitely money going in there. This is the ETH side, of course. We look at the ERC20 side. We've got lots of stuff. Let me refresh this too. 14 minutes ago, 6,500 Hex coming in, USDC coming in, Hex coming in. There's all stuff coming. So people promised that 605,000. And now they're delivering it into the address. So very cool to see. And some pretty decent stuff like 25,000 US dollar here, 132,000 Hex here. Pretty good stuff going on here with some of the amounts being delivered. So very cool. 111,000 Hex there. So some pretty big amounts being coming in and people just doing what they can to help out to make sure that Hex and over 10 million people, watching that Daytona 500. So pretty exciting. You can't talk about it too much, can you? Your early brother says no. Yeah, absolutely. I started watching you about a month ago. I love the daily content. That's why I followed. Keep it up. Hey, Wake One, appreciate that. And trying to keep the data and keep the topical pretty close to the chest there. Trying to make sure that's all good. Brennan says, that would be hilarious. Brazology. Yeah, for sure. That would be awesome. As long as he's wearing the bonnet backwards. Yeah. We're going to get this is a done deal pretty much. We're going to get so much cool stuff from this. It's going to be crazy good. So very cool. This is what we're going to have. Imagine a car going around. People look at everything on these cars, man. I mean, these people are living and breathing it. These guys are, V8 junkies. They love the stuff. It's so exciting. And of course, we've seen how influential the NASCAR can be with a famous slogan. I'm not going to say it on live stream, but you guys know what it is. That went absolutely viral everywhere. So it's pretty massive for sure. Brazolji's Hex Token, where can I send a picture to you? You on Telegram? I have a different picture of the NASCAR mock-up. Actually on Discord there, Brazolji, hashtag 9055 Superman, hashtag 9055 Superman. You can DM me with that there. Hashtag 9055. I'm having troubles getting back on the Telegram at the moment. I think I have to buy a new phone actually because my phone's not working properly. Matt and Barley says, and I got locked out when Telegram upgraded. It knocked me out of there, and then I had problems with my phone. Matt and Barley says, just heard mum's partner now wants in late to the party. That's nice. Yeah, let's go. And it's not late though. Not late. We said the price of 000223 or something, so 29. So not late on that one. Wants in at the bottom as we move up more and more, jump in, but we welcome him in open arms. Yeah, the other thing, of course, is pick up Hex right now is a good price. I mean, it's a pretty good price, I think. We are back on the Hex chart. We're currently at 18.9 cents still. That seems to be stuck there at the moment, stuck at 18.9. Very, very cool. And Matt says, love to see the picture. Yeah. So let me just Discord. Pull the Discord up, just in case you send me a picture. That's hashtag 9055. Pull it up. So you can send me on that one. Let me have a look here. So you can just DM me on there. Yeah, hashtag 9055 on the Superman there. Cool. All right, so nice. All right, so yeah, very cool stuff going on there, folks. Let's go back to how long we're doing it. An hour and 20 minutes. Normally I finish about now, so we'll see whether where Brazology can send me that car. Let me jump over to PulseX over here, and we're going to do it on a PulseX. Let's do another update on the research. So we're sitting at 994.6 million before. Let's do an update. Man, oh man, I'm just so buzzing with that NASCAR thing. I think that's a huge, just a key. If you could think of one of the many things that you want to get on, that's definitely one of them. Because people actually look at the car, a lot of sports and stuff, they may not look at a lot of the signage, but when you got the pit and the cars, they look at everything, so it's pretty neat. So yeah, we're sitting at 994.6 million, very close to 17 trillion on the points there. That excludes the Origin account, which we're expecting to sacrifice towards the end of February there. So cool. And our Hex, of course, looking good. 2,157,579,000 Hex sacrifice. That's a beautiful thing. So very, very cool. Let's have a look there. Nothing there from Brazology. Let's have a look back on the PulseX over there. And we're getting at some of the chat there. As far as his slogan, sold on a double. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you've seen that video, sold on a double. There's a samurai video going out. I should post that on the channel. Samurai video of Richard Hart and all the influencers. I think I might download that and post that if I can. Hopefully I'll get away with that. And that's pretty funny with Richard Hart. Here you go. Nice. All right. So let me pick that. I don't know if I've got, I'm in my studio here, so that doesn't let me open that up here. Bam. And not sure if that's going to open up there. Nice. Okay. I might have to type that in manually because I can't actually see it on my studio. Might have to pick that up, YouTube. Put that up. Bam. That's bam. Bam. Right, so this is the image here. This is the one Brazology's posted up, so nice. Great pick, Brazology. Yeah, absolutely called the Bitcoin top slogan as well. So you got some nice little imagery there, Hex and the patterns here. Very, very cool. Got on the top there, PulseX and the betterrich.com, hex.com on the front there. Nice. As far as sure have. And Alex Fame says, Alex Fame's got the smiles on, and sorry, I don't have Discord. That's all good. And it's now sold on a double. Yeah, there's a lot of doubles there. A lot of doubles. That's for the Hex price, folks. Very, very nice. Man, where was I going there? Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up video. Maybe I'll pull that up for tomorrow. It's pretty funny. Might look at that. All right, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is the latest and greatest numbers. We're probably sitting at about 1,022 million is my estimate based on my spreadsheet on this other computer that haven't brought over yet. But 1,022 million. We are looking pretty good. 994.6 million on the ETH chain. Very awesome. Now, I probably will be doing another live stream in about 4 or 5 hours from now, possibly on a FAQ, doing FAQ show. So check that out. It's going to be probably around a lot of Hex stuff. So, or thinking about that for later. We'll see whether that happens depending on timing. So nice. Hope you guys enjoy it. Special shout out, of course, to It's Now as a new channel token member. Very cool on Hex Token. Appreciate it. And good to see us Fire in the house as well. Big shout out and awesome jobs from the moderators. A big shout out to you all. Very, very cool. Smash the subscribe if you haven't. Hit the likes. If you're watching this after the live stream, hit the comments. I do respond to all the comments. I try to keep diligent on that. So get into there, folks. It's going to be a lot of fun. The party's just getting warmed up, folks. Here's one of the key things I want to leave you with as one of the big ideas is that a lot of people that have sacrificed, we've seen this with the Hexkins with the 2 billion. Not only is that going to go off the market, but a lot of these people are investors in the top crew here. They're in for the long game. So a lot of other projects, you might see a lot of these big accounts selling down. I think the propensity and the culture is for people to hodl, as a lot of these Hexkins know how to hodl. Obviously, there's always some traders. Some people sell down the bags too much or whatever. But the culture is quite different in general with a lot of these ones. So I think that that's going to have a propensity, not a guarantee, not an insurance guarantee, but a propensity for a lot less selling pressure over time. And so I think that's pretty cool. And if anything, I think a lot of these people also have quite a lot of, they've of course got a lot of Hex wealth and stuff like that. Also gives a lot of buying. So if there's any price opportunities with any PulseX selling down, Pulse, definitely another big buying factor there. Obviously, liquid loans is going to be a huge buying factor with the collateral lending. And of course, you've got a lot of whales in the house for that. We know that once we open up the bridge, everyone's going to get their airdrops. Of course, we're talking about a couple million people getting airdrops, and of course they're going to flood over. The yield farmers, they are in the hundreds of thousands on multiple platforms. They're going to flood over for the biggest yield farming opportunity. It is the fastest. It's not just the fact that it's super fast, super cheap. It's not just the fact that it's the biggest yield farming, biggest airdrop in history. It's the fact that it's it's really the biggest, fastest way to mass adoption on a chain. It's mind-boggling. So I'm going to try and do some more stuff around that. Guys, I've already done stuff like it before. So I'm going to try and build on that theme in future. So stay tuned. It's going to be pretty cool. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and I'll catch you in the next one. And bye for now. Woohoo! I've got to go through some of these comments, though. That'll be cool. Join the channel. Absolutely. Good day, Hex Token, and all chat. And says Alex Fame. Absolutely. All right. Bye for now. Take care.